The objective of the consultative meeting, according to officials, is to enable all actors to discuss burning issues and challenges hindering smooth and effective service delivery at the Port of Banjul, and to come up with sound and critical recommendations that will help government to take measures to enhance efficiency. The chairman, Gambia Ports Authority Board of Directors, Keba Njai, urged the business community to work closely with the government to address current challenges at the port.
Is that we are partners, and coming from the private sector, all my life I have worked in the private sector. I know the reason why there should be that kind of collaboration between the port and the port community at large. The GRA and the port are twins. They are twins and they should be seen in that way because the growth of one reflects on the other. So we should always ensure that we work together because the revenues that are derived from their services accrue, to the coffers of the nation would go a long way in terms of developing this country.
The Managing Director, Gambia Ports Authority, Usman Jobate, revealed that the consultative meeting also seeks to draw direct inputs and feedback on performance and service delivery at the Port of Banjul to boost customer satisfaction. Jobate pledged his resolve to improve efficiency at the port, but acknowledged he could not do it in isolation and therefore called for the collective efforts of all players within the maritime industry.
It's a whole business cycle that we're trying to re-engineer, but fundamentally capacity is the main challenge. But we can't expand a port in 2, 3 years or 5 years. So what we can do is implement measures to improve efficiency in the meantime, ranging from equipment to deployment of IT facilities in our business processes, and also staff learning and development programs to ensure that we continue to deliver to the expectation of the population. One thing is fundamental is that the port is a catalyst for socio-economic development, as rightly mentioned by Mr. Toure, because our productivity has an impact on the cost of doing business in Gambia generally. And if you look at the CIF value of goods, I think the logistics, I would call it ecosystem, is where we can really control and minimize costs to improve efficiency.
The Commissioner General, Gambia Revenue Authority, Yankuba Dabo, hailed the stakeholders for the initiative, describing the meeting as a step in the right direction. The GRA boss said recommendations made by stakeholders will no doubt help to improve operations and management of the port and help address increasing demand of the port facilities and revive competitiveness, thus ensuring value for money, whilst lowering commodity prices.
If GPA is not functioning, it means that GRA will just be staffs and they are not achieving anything. But the collection of international trade, the collection of the domestic tax, all these things are derived from the port authority. If there is no import, there is no economic activity in the country, how would domestic tax collect their money? They cannot. If there is no import, there is no thing coming into the country, how would the customs collect their money? There will be no connection. And that is why I said Ports Authority is the brain. We must make sure that we develop this Ports Authority to become state-of-the-art port authority. Then the other areas will also be developed. And the government will be able to get the revenue that they need for development of this country.
The consultative meeting that drew key actors and stakeholders in the operations of the Port of Banjul discusses impact of the port's operations and the cost of doing business in the Gambia, the rising prices of basic commodities, and transit of containers destined for Banjul through neighboring ports. It also provides a platform to take stock of prevailing challenges and an opportunity to profile suggestions on how to consolidate gains made by the ongoing port expansion and reform programs. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Omar P. Jallow.